Hey, everybody. It is so good to be back. Where have you guys been? Oh, gosh. I don't normally get bogged down during the winter time. I go normally year round, just like any time. I mean, it's the same for me all the time. I'm very hyper, and I'm always on the go and always working and foo-fooing and doing something. But boy, this winter I had the winter blues just like everybody else this winter, or like a lot of you did. So anyway, I didn't, there's a ladybug. They're taking over the canyon. Um, I had planned on keeping on going with the books right on through January and February. I told you all that, but it didn't happen. We just have really been tinkering around, watching TV, gabbing, sitting by the fireplace, which is wonderful. He's always outside in the workshop during warm months, so I was so glad to have him in the house. So anyway, it didn't happen this year. I did get a little bit of work done here and there, but I just couldn't get into it. I wanted to be sitting in there with him and just gabbing and doing that. So, but we've got 4 done now. And I think the 3 smaller are sold for sure. And I'll be doing a video on them after a while. Now, they all have the little girl on them. I've got the tie on them, so it's hard to see. But I'll be doing a video on each one of these in a little while. But they are sold for sure. The same friend bought all 3 of them, and she's bought quite a few of my books, and I love the way she does. She is so giving, and you know how I am about that. I love that. So she, a lot of times she'll buy one for her and one to give away when I have more than one. So this time she bought all 3 of the smaller ones, so she'll keep one, I'm sure, and then she told me 2 friends that she was going to give 2 of them to. So she's got that all planned out, and I'm going to get them to her later today or tomorrow. So right now, this book has been spoken for, but I didn't want to seal the deal until she sees the book on video. I don't like to do that because I just want to be sure, especially the ones that I'm shipping out. Now, this friend that buys a lot of the books does live locally, and so I don't have to worry about that, because if she doesn't like them, she knows she doesn't have to take them. So far, she's just been totally overjoyed with all of them. But to ship it out and then have to do return and all that, I don't want to have to do that. So I want everybody that's going to buy one and have it shipped to see the video first and be sure. This little girl has been so popular, and I'm about to do a few more. I've already got them started, but I won't do any more work today. All I did was start the book itself. Have 5 of them started. So, but I'm going to use this little girl on several of them. I don't know if I'll use it on all, because she has been so popular, and she is just adorable. So, this is covered with paper. This paper came from Dollar Tree. It's polka dot. I'm so bad about not staying in frame. Oh my goodness, I need a video, what do you call it? Videographer or something. And these little strips, they go loose in every page. And somebody asked me why I do that. I don't like that look there. And no matter how neat you try to be, you have that look. So I like a little rag down through there. So I always put a little rag strip. So anybody can always pick them up and throw them away if you want to. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so this says, we're going to kind of go through this quick because it is sold, I do think, but this is going to give her a better look inside. Love one another. Enjoy the journey. Love, you know how I'm about the word love. There's a little bird there, and there's a paper flower with a button and some creepy cloth. This is the poem. The book is full of pockets and envelopes and poems and things. And I put my favorites in here. And I love this one: for the highs and lows and moments between, the mountains and valleys and rivers and streams. For when you are for where you are now and where you will go. For I've always known, and I told you so. I love that. There's the word love again. There's a paper page behind there. So there's a little bit of that tucked out, peeping out there. Some buttons, some creepy cloth. Here is a pocket with several little things in it. Somebody did ask me, do you try to make the pages match? Like this page match this page and vice versa. No, I don't do that, but I do want the pages to complement each other. So in color and theme, and all that. So I don't know if you call that matching or what, but I want them to complement each other. So this little poem says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. People will never but people will never forget how you made them feel. I have got to slow down my talking. I fall all over my words. I do a little storytelling thing, and it's on Facebook, and it's called the Encouragers Club, and I invite you all to type that in and come over and enjoy that, because I do a story on there every day, and I write a story, and they're inspirational, motivational, humorous, just whatever it could be. It could be good, clean jokes, and then I do commentaries on everything, and then sometimes it'll be a true-to-life story. But I'm telling you the truth, I couldn't tell a story if my life depended on it, because I just am so hyper, I just fall all over my words. But I love to write stories, and I think you will enjoy that. The Encouragers Club on Facebook, and all of those stories, they're getting so popular, they're about to be compiled into their own website. So that's coming in the coming months. I don't know when. So I invite you to join me there too. This is so that's just talking about how we make people feel by the things, not just the things that we say or do, but they will always remember the way we make them feel. This says, and so then here's some hearts over here, just little images. I'm not going to take all of these out. There's poems and things all the way through, just lengthy things. Let's see, do what you love and do it often, that says down there. What I started to say, and see, I've already got sidetracked, but I have a surprise tucked in every book. And I have to be careful showing these books because I don't want to show the surprise. It's just a little goofy surprise. It's nothing you're going to want to take to the pawn shop or anything like that. It's nothing worth anything. It is a piece of paper, and it is goofy, and it is a surprise, and there's one in all 4 of these books. And if I don't forget, I'll do it in the next 5 that I'm going to do. So we have a heart over here, and it says, make a memory. Got a lot of quilt, a lot of fabric, a lot of layering in this book. Just a lot of layering. This says, savor the moment. It's a little girl working on the flowers, and I love to do that. I've got my garden seed here. I've ordered 4-pound already because we have 5 acres, and I just saturate this place. It is just, that is my big spendthrift thing. Gardens in the summer, gardening, flower gardens, cutting gardens, and oh my gosh. So I'm already working on that. This says, the most important work you will ever do will be within the walls of your own home. Savor those moments there in the walls of your own home. Because let me tell you, those kids are going to grow up and be gone before you know what's happened. I can tell you that for a fact. These little pom-poms, somebody asked me in the last book what that was. I don't know what they are. I get them in a package at Hobby Lobby. And I think I even got them over in the craft department, not in the scrapbook department or not in the junk journal department or any of that. They're over in the craft department with all the felt and stuff like that. I don't know what, but they come in colors, and so I got black and this brown color. So I put them in there. I don't know what they're for, but I think they look cute. Who asked? Who knows? And it's just some little paper hearts. I just cut out a whole bunch of little paper hearts and just in different patterns to use here and there. Lots of lace, lots of just rickrack, paper flowers. This is quiet time. I'll lay that aside just for a second. Lots of creepy cloth. I don't think I could make a book without creepy cloth. You'd have to tie me down. I could not stand it. I love creepy cloth. Am I even getting this book in the video? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I was watching Jenny Miller's video the other day. I'm so glad she's back. Oh my goodness. I love that woman. She has inspired me like you would not believe. I've made these books way before I even knew there was such a thing as a junk journal. I called them junk books because they were just full of stuff. But I didn't do the old-timey look. I just did, poems and stuff and pictures and kind of like vision books, really. But they were just on this order, this size, a little bit bigger maybe than this. But I've done that for 30 years. I think I kind of invented them. I didn't even know it. But anyway, when I found Jenny Miller on YouTube, I'm telling you what, I just fell in love with her style. Now, she's not real grungy like this, but her stuff is so warm, and I just love her style, and I love what she does, and I just love her to pieces. A couple of years ago, my husband said one day, we'd been working and working and working in the garden, and he said, you know what, we really need to take a couple of days and just go loaf for a couple of days. What would you like to do? And I said, I'd really like to go to Decatur and spend the day with Jenny Miller. He said, well, that won't work for me. Do you have something else in mind? Anyway, got lots of flowers, lots of hearts. I love to put hearts in books, lots of little poems, but I'm not going to go through them, sayings and poems and things. I'm not going to go through them because I don't know where I stuck that surprise myself in each book. So I love this page. Oh my gosh, look at that. Love. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. That is a powerful quote right there. And just some butterflies and some buttons and rick-rack, tons and tons of creepy cloth. New beginnings. Did I even tell what I was talking about Jenny Miller? What I was getting ready to say about Jenny Miller when I got sidetracked is she was doing her video the other day and she kept getting her book out of and I was scrolling with my finger trying to erase this video, and it was her video, not mine. But anyway, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to y'all in so long, I'm just acting plumb silly. Okay, this says, new beginnings. How often we wish for another chance to have a fresh beginning, a chance to blot out our mistakes and change failures into winnings. I love that. This, I just kind of take a piece of fabric or rick-rack or whatever I want to use, and I'll put a strip of fabric tack or whatever you call it down through there, or hot glue or something, and then I'll just crimp it. And so that's the way I do that. And those old buttons and just all kinds of stuff on there. This is just a doily. I get doilies. When I go junking, that's what I'm looking for, doilies and old fabric and things like that. And just a flower that came off of a roll in the lace and all that at Hobby Lobby. So that's where I got that. And that image, love that image. Okay, and this is my happy place. There's some a pot of tulips, gardening stuff, and some pink and white. And here's a garden shed over here. I used to have a garden shed. A tornado came through and knocked the props right out from under that thing, and it was just a pile of old lumber. But it was cute as a button. It looked like a little cabin. Okay, got lots of rick-rack and stuff around here. Just layers and layers on every page. These are they called snippets? I'm not sure. Somebody help me here. A friend sent me some. Good heavenly day, I don't think I ever sent her anything back. Oh, I get so sidetracked. But she sent me a fabric snippet, and it was so cute, but I don't know how to sew, and I thought, well, I wonder if I can do that with paper. So I just did it with paper. So I've got a whole bunch of them made up that I just did while we were sitting watching TV. And then the florals down through there. Let's see. I wondered what that had clipped on. Let's see what this is. I know this isn't the surprise in here because I wouldn't have put it in an envelope. Let's see. Oh, it's just a little quote. Okay, it's just a little quote. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to put that back. Well, I'll do it in a minute. This is a little piece of quilt. And I've put this in several books, and so many people have had a fit about it. It is cute. It says, I'm a little prayer quilt to hold in your hand to help when trouble arises. Those things you do not plan. And it goes on and on. I'm not going to read it because I can't talk. But anyway, I just pinned it to a piece of quilt, the poem, and put a pearl on there. And then there's a quote under here. Here's Grandma sitting sewing over here. Some rick-rack and buttons and all kinds of things there. This says, you can never have too much happy. Boy, is that not the truth. So many people have so many problems. And just a week before last, our daughter's car broke down. And usually, if she has any car trouble, which is rare, but if she does, she borrows our car because she has to work at the radio station. She has to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so that's too early, unless we'd have to run in and take her to work every day. So I just let her have our car because we have a truck. And so her car broke down, and then it was just a few hours later, I hit a deer with mine. And so both of our cars were in the shop. And she was so upset and feeling so bad. And I said, listen, people, there's so many people in the world that have a whole lot more problems than two cars in the shop at the same time. So this is not a big deal. This too shall pass. Okay, enjoy the little things. Just love all that check and all that. This is a packet of Sweet Annie seed. It says the scent of this Sweet Annie seed, or the scent, oh my goodness, the scent of Sweet Annie will last 100 years, even after it's dried. Now, I don't know who lived long enough to know that for a fact, but we're going to take it as gospel because I love Sweet Annie. My daughter and I have been growing Sweet Annie for 20 years, and we give the plants and sell them too. We sell them and give them away in the spring. And then we do bundles of Sweet Annie and the seed in the fall and winter. And it is really popular, and it's so hard to find. So this book, whoever's getting this book, and I've got a little bit of Sweet Annie and my flower seed in all of these books, but just sprinkle this down on some loose ground and sprinkle it, do it in a small area, maybe a foot square or whatever, 2 foot square, and you will get some Sweet Annie going. Once you get it going, you will always have it. This is a kindness rock, and I paint the kindness rocks, and I'm going to do a video on those pretty soon so you'll know what they are. But there's 2 in each one of these packets. Each book has these. You have 2 rocks, one for you and one to give away. And you just lay the little rock down somewhere when you go to the grocery store or wherever. It's supposed to always be left outside, never put inside in a store or anything. But you just leave it there for somebody else to come along and find, and each one has a little uplifting thing on it. I usually put love or love always on mine, or love one another, or something like that. And this is a packet of my Cosmos seed, and I have shades of pink and white in there. And I also put out a lot of zinnias, but I didn't put zinnia seed in here. But this is a packet of Cosmos seed. It will grow. It's this year's seed. Am I getting it in the camera? Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to watch. It will grow. Just sprinkle it down. Put it in a flower pot or something so you know it's really coming up, and you'll have a really good showing in a huge big flower pot this summer. So every time you look at those flowers, you can think, oh my gosh, those are also growing in Round Knob Canyon in southern Illinois. Okay, today is the beginning of a new day. You have been given this day to use as you will, and you can waste it or you can use it for good. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever. And in its place is going to be something that you've left behind. Let that something be something good. I absolutely love that poem or quote or whatever it is, because that speaks volumes. Every day, we are giving a day of our life for what we do during that day. Whether that's to be cranky all day, if we do that, that's just wasting a day. If we're cranky all day or in a bad mood, or we're just moping around the house and snapping at anybody that says anything to us, we are wasting a day of our life, and we're also kind of messing up the lives of the people that we're being cranky to. Now me, you probably never would have guessed this, but I'm kind of a slap-happy person. I laugh all the time, or most of the time. I cry some too, because, I worry. I'm a worry. If our kids are on the road for any reason, or if anybody's sick, I'll start praying and sniffling. But I'm a slap-happy person. Our daughter used to say to me all the time, and she still does once in a while, but she says, Mom, you always have sunshine coming out your behind. So, and she said behind, but I do. I mean, it's better, life is too short. Life is too short for any bad that we can avoid. So always make the best of every day. Okay, sermon over. Turn your songbooks to page 162, Singing as We Stand, Just as I Am. Okay, and there's some birds. Love birds. Love those little roses. I got them in a package at Hobby Lobby. I think that was Paper Studio. These are Paper Studio, too. Lots of creepy cloth. Got some little glue strips here. I need to get those out. There's no place like home. Boy, that's the truth. I love being home. I am a homebody. We are like a recluse. We go to church, and get out with the kids now and then and go to the nursing home and the grocery store, and that is it. We are homebodies. But that's just a shelf with some homey stuff on it. Love that page. I love this page. This is the first page I did this winter. I just sit and piddled with this page all day. And as a matter of fact, there's another story right there. Oh my gosh, we're 20 minutes. Somebody asked how long it takes me to do a book. Well, goodness gracious, I can't say that because I think the only person that could possibly maybe see this video that could understand and tell you that this is true is Jenny Miller. You know, some people will just sock something in a book and they don't care. They're just trying to fill a page. I hate to say that, but, you know, that's the way some of those pages look. That's the way they look to me. I don't mean to be judgmental or whatever, but, you know. But, I mean, I tell you, I will work on a page a half a day or a whole day. I worked one whole day on these 2 pages. And I think I even added a little bit to it the next day because I got all of this stuff done and tried to find, and I will look and look and look and look for just the right thing to go right there. And I'll put things there and I'll think, nope, doesn't fit. That page is telling me, no, we don't want you here. Get something else. Find something else. That isn't working. I wanted some numbers on it, and I wanted some alphabet and stuff through here. There's love, live, laugh. Oh my gosh, and flowers. I love this page. Love, love, love this page. And I put it together. But I still love it. All this stuff, I've got a lot of this in the books. This is a little blanket that I bought, and this is the edge of the blanket. It was a baby blanket, and it's real loose weave. So even if after I run out of the rim like that, I'm still going to be able to take this blanket and make stuff like that out of it. I love that blanket. I'll be looking for another one pretty soon. I mean, I've only used just a little bit just this year in these 4 books, but still, I love that blanket. Okay, another one of my favorite poems. All things beautiful, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful. The good Lord made them all. Yes, he did. I love that. I just love that. And God's promise. God has not promised skies always blue, flower-strewn pathways all our lives through, heavenly day. No, he didn't promise us all that. But what he did say was that no matter what we're going through, he's going to be right there during the good times and during the bad times. And if you need a little help or you just need somebody to talk to, all you have to do is holler out. There's a song I used to sing and play piano at church all the time. I was church pianist for 63 years, and there was a song I always wanted to learn, but I can't change keys and all that in a song, and I just couldn't get it right. But it's called It's Me Again, Lord. And I wanted to do that so bad because I'm telling you, I'm always praying about something. I just walk around the house praying. I tell you, oh, Lord, you know what these kids are doing? Do you know what our grandkids are doing? Oh, my God. Okay, love this. I did a whole book on this, and I called that book The Lost Art of Housekeeping, I believe is what I called it. But it just had recipes and all kind of stuff in it, old-timey kitchen stuff, and I love that book. It was hard to let that go. It's hard to let a lot of them go because I love old-timey stuff. And there's an old kitchen scene, another word, love. There's another string off of the crazy glue. Okay, it says take time. And this is just an old gospel song. I put the words to it here. And it's, I don't know if I put the whole thing or just the chorus. I can't remember. But it says, are you giving to the world a smile, helping lessen someone's dreary mile? Do you greet the world with song as through life you pass along, cheering those you may meet along life's way? And then it says, give the world a smile each day, helping someone on life's way. From the paths of sin, bring the wanderers in to the master's fold to stay. I love that. I just love that song. I grew up with gospel music. Daddy was a preacher, a Baptist preacher, and gospel music promoter, gosh, for 15 or 20 years. So we grew up with some of the gospel greats right there in our home, the Stamps, the Lefevres, the Sabir family. I don't even know who all, Dottie Rambo and her family. And okay, let's see, spread kindness around like confetti. Chickens, fresh eggs. Okay. And bunny page. You knew I couldn't do a book without putting some bunnies in there. And there's a whole bunch of bunnies over here. Bunnies everywhere on this page, inside and out. I have to be real careful because I haven't run across that. I've got some poems in here that I really like. You know, there's a few that I really lean towards, like I sit beside the fire and think, you know, I love that. And, oh, how does that other one start? And there's that one, you're not your age or the color of your hair. I sit beside the fire and think. Hang on. Oh, and I love to sit in silence. I love that. I love to sit in silence, yes. And the clock man. And I don't know what else is in there. But anyway, okay, that's it on that. And then it has a thingamabobber on the back, a big doily. So this is, as far as I know, it's sold. I'll be talking to my friend here in just a little bit when I get off the video and after I let her see the video. And if this is not her cup of tea, I'll be posting and letting you all know. And there's one more in line for it after that. So, okay, we're 26 minutes into the video, so I'm going to wrap this one up. And then we're going to go through these all at one time, just real quick. So I'll be back in a bit. Hang on.